I'm here with Linda Urbach, whose new novel is Madame Bovary's Daughter. Now, that's an interesting subject for a novel because I think that she was almost the least featured person in the original Madame Bovary from Gustave Flaubert, wasn't she?
That's correct, and that's one of the reasons I decided to write the book. I had read Madame Bovary years ago, and I thought, oh, poor Madame Bovary. And 25 years later, I reread the book, and my whole attitude changed. I noticed that she had a little daughter named Bertha, and my heart went out to her, and I thought, what happened to this little girl? What happened to the daughter of what was considered literature's worst mother?
Darling, sweetie pie. I'll put her to bed. But I always... Is she my child or isn't she? But she's used to... Oh, darling. Oh, there, darling.
It was amazing. The scene where Emma Bovary goes to try and put her daughter to bed. And you see, there it is, you see the relationship between mother and daughter. And it's not a good one.
You say that this is a romantic historical novel? Is it a tragic historical novel? Where would you...
Oh, it's all those things. It's a tragic, romantic, historical novel with comic undertones.
He wrote, she hoped for a son. He would be strong and dark, and she would call him George. And this idea of having a male child was like an expected revenge on her impotence in the past. She gave birth on a Sunday at about 6 o'clock when the sun was rising. "It's a girl," said Charles. She turned her head away and fainted.
She so didn't want to be like her mother.
Well, now, most people that read your novel, Madame Bovary's Daughter, are going to wonder, will she follow in her mother's footsteps?
Yes, she struggles between trying to outlive her mother's legacy and trying to make something of herself. And the whole novel traces this journey. She loves fashion. She adores fabric. She couldn't help but get this from her mother. She has this push to be someone else. So she ends up working for Charles Frederick Worth, who was just beginning to make a name for himself in Paris, creating these fabulous gowns. She falls in love. And she has a couple of very torrid love affairs. What would it feel like to have Madame Bovary be your mother?
Yeah,
how would that
pretty
be?
Ghastly.
Yes.
Yeah, but you have a daughter.
She is one of the main reasons that I adopted Bertha Bovary.
That's interesting. Yes, but you have a great interest in the mother-daughter relationship, don't you? That is
very much so.
And you've written about that, I know.
I have. I do. I conduct memoirs workshops. They're memoirs written by mothers about mothers. I have a huge interest in how mothers get along or don't get along with their daughters. And my daughter is one of my big inspirations. In fact, the book is dedicated to her.
Right. She is a very strong character that you've created and,
yes, I
and
hope
built
so.
upon, and actually lived a life for through your writing.
That's the great fun of writing this. Even though Flaubert left her in the dirt, I was able to pick her up, give her a life, get her a job, dress her, and possibly even marry her off, although I'm not going to give away the ending to the book.
We'll look out for it in the New York Times bestsellers list.
Thank you so much.
This is Alan Capper with Linda Urbach.